Now on Guam's primetime news, Chris Barnett has the latest between Congressman Michael Nicholas and the Democratic Party of Guam. Plus, a reward is being offered for the person responsible for viciously beating a dog and dousing it with gasoline. Joan Ugancharfer speaks with the pet's owner. And Senator Pito Terlahi has declined his appointment to serve on the Municipal Planning Council of Jotnya. We welcome each and every one of you with a warm holiday, especially if you're viewing us on Facebook or YouTube right now. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jason Salas. And in tonight's top story, claiming his party has tried to kick him out twice in the past, Congressman Michael Nicholas now claims they've endorsed a candidate to try to defeat him in the 2020 election.
I've been a possible candidate since 1984 when I was in the Washington liaison office.
Public Auditor B.J. Cruz has no idea what Congressman Mike Nicholas is talking about.
I thought he was back there trying to save 1385 for 1365, whatever number that is. I don't know. I really have no comment on this.
In a press release obtained by KUAM, Congressman Nicholas claims behind closed doors, Democratic Party bosses want him out and decided that Public Auditor B.J. Cruz would be the chosen one to do it. Nicholas even going so far as saying that Cruz accepted the call to protect the position of the party, and as a result, the congressman says he should step down immediately from his nonpartisan elected position. Quote, engaging in party politics, even behind the scenes, compromises the purpose of that office to serve the public good, Nicholas said. Cruz says he hasn't had anything to do with the party for almost 3 years now.
I haven't been to a party meeting or party function since I announced my position, when I was running for this position.
One person who is and has been involved with the Democratic Party is its former executive director, Carlo Branch. Now just a member, he reacts to Congressman Nicholas's press release saying, quote, as a Democrat, I can't help but feel that Mike has a clear hatred for the party from which he has sought and continues to seek nomination. He knows our nominee is elected, not selected. And while the party endorses no candidate before the primary, Democrats are free to find a challenger for any seat. That's how democracy works. Branch says he doesn't know if Cruz will run or not, but, quote, I've known Mike since we were kids, and he only lashes out when he's scared, end quote. The Democratic Party late this afternoon also issued a comment stating it does not endorse candidates for office to their party primaries and that their nominees are chosen by free and fair election. As for Cruz, he says he's been approached by Democrats and Republicans to run, but he hasn't made any decisions because he's focused on doing his job.
I've always thought about it, but I'm right now laser focused on trying to get my audits out and my financial audits out. I'll decide later.
For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
Chris also adds that in the Nicholas press release, it also stated that former Speaker Judy Wonpat resigned as the chair of the party. John Jr. Calvo, the vice chair, says he'll serve as acting chair until a special election is held. Wonpat has not returned calls for comment as to the reasons for her resignation. Elsewhere tonight, Senator Pito Terlahi has had a change of heart and is now declining his appointment to serve on the Jotnya Municipal Planning Council. Terlahi is a former 3-term mayor of the Central Village, and he was one of the 10 people appointed by jailed Jotnya Mayor Jesse Blas. Blas never appointed a council since he was elected into office 3 years ago. Blas worked as an admin assistant under Terlahi when he was mayor. Quote, while I was initially accepted because I have been a resident of Jotnya for 70 years and deeply care about the village, he writes, I realize my chairmanship over the Oversight Committee on Mayors would present a conflict of interest, and I am declining the nomination. Blas was ordered to be detained as he waits for his trial next month. He's accused, as you know, of extortion and accepting bribes from a confidential informant posing as a drug trafficker. Blas has been accused of allowing the confidential informant to smuggle in drugs through cluster boxes in his village. He's pleaded not guilty. Staying with the legislature, Acting Speaker Talina Nelson has called for an emergency session tomorrow at 10 to debate her Bill 259, the bill to recall the Jotnya mayor. Her office tells KUAM News with a special session being held tomorrow, there still will be time to debate the bill, get it passed, signed by the governor, and for the Guam Election Commission to do what it needs to organize and hold a recall election. The Jotnya mayor has been jailed since September once again and waiting his federal trial and extortion charges. The mayor, once again, is accused of helping traffickers bring ice into Guam through cluster boxes. Nelson's bill would allow for a recall election of the mayor and a special election to replace him should the recall prove to be successful. Well, speaking of the governor, she has come up with a series of bills aimed at curbing crime. They're all part of Luliang Guerrero's Safer Guam initiative announced last week. followed by a series of village meetings held to gather residents' concerns about criminal activity in their neighborhoods. Nestor Lecanto has our next report.
Governor Leon Guerrero submitted a total of 7 bills for the legislature's consideration, and in her letter to Speaker Tina Barnes asked senators to move quickly on the measures. Perhaps the most sweeping change being proposed is to ban stores from selling alcohol from midnight to 2 p.m. daily instead of the current 9 a.m. But for weekends and holidays, the restriction on beer and liquor sales would be from 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. Another bill would prohibit parole for violent and sexual offenses. Currently, the law allows conditional release after 85% of a sentence is served. Another measure would make parents or guardians criminally liable if their minor child commits a felony or misdemeanor. If found guilty of failing to exercise reasonable care, supervision, protection, or control, they could be subject to fines of up to $2,500 or a prison term of up to 1 year. Another proposal would prohibit plea deals unless prosecutors provide confirmation that victims were notified and consulted and advised of their rights. Another bill would authorize the Customs Agency to enter into a public-private partnership to screen cargo at all ports of entry. It also provides for the use of up to 11% of use tax collections to fund the deal. The administration is also proposing to establish an automated traffic enforcement program using photographic traffic signals to catch motorists running red lights. And one other measure would establish a civilian volunteer territorial park patrol officer program to provide backup for park protection services. The bills must be farmed out to the relevant legislative oversight committees for consideration and action. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
And we move now to the shocking story that's had everybody talking about this all day long on social media as a family up in Dedido and the island community at large are outraged tonight after a pet was beaten Tuesday night and left with severe injuries. Jonah Gonchaffer says more in this next report, and a word of warning, this story does contain rather strong images.
Before Roseanne Ickertang headed into work today, she stopped by Animal Medical Clinic to visit her pet dog Zeus, who was admitted early Wednesday. Zeus was viciously beaten on Tuesday evening. Ickertang said it was around 9:30 p.m. that she found Zeus entangled in a broken chair frame and doused in gasoline.
Automatically, I can see all the blood on his snout. He looked very, you can tell he'd been through a lot. He was breathing abnormally. When he would cough, blood would just come out.
She turned on the outside light to get a better view of Zeus's surroundings.
I found 4 big rocks right next to him, a broken cinder block on the right side, and another big rock on the other side. So there was like 5 total, plus a broken cinder block. The wall right behind him, it's wooden, so in my head, I'm thinking the reason why there's a big hole was because he was trying to run away from what was going on, but he couldn't.
She called the Dedido precinct immediately at around 9:50 p.m. and asked to file a police report, but the response, or lack thereof, left Ickertang upset. The phone call lasting no more than 2 minutes.
I understand that, with their calls, they have to prioritize them by emergency. Of course, I understand that. But he didn't ask me for any information. He didn't ask me if my dog was okay. He didn't ask me if the person that possibly did it is around the house. He didn't ask me anything like that.
Although the officer did ask for Ickertang's number, no case number was ever given. And as of Thursday afternoon, no officer has followed up. Now, the severity of Zeus's injuries, his medical care may be costly. Donations to help Zeus can be made at Animal Medical Clinic in Harmon. The incident has left Ickertang's family fearful.
I don't feel safe at my house anymore. With this happening, to my dog, he is like pretty much the line of defense at my home. He protects his family, he protects his home. For someone to be so brave and blunt to walk onto my property and beat him with a rock, what else can they do?
Ickertang is grateful for Guam Paws for Pets and all the support and assistance they have provided since the incident. And Guam Animals in Need is offering a $1,000 reward for information leading to the arrest or indictment of the person or persons responsible. Anyone with information is urged to contact GPD or GAIN at 653-4246 or the Guam Crime Stoppers at guam.crimestoppersweb.com.
I really wish the same amount of pain that they caused him times 1,000. I really hope they never have to feel the pain I feel. The pain he feels. The pain he felt when it was happening to him. He was so helpless. Imagine if that happened to their family member.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonah Gonçalves.
All right, thanks so much, Jonah. Make sure to go on Facebook if you would like to share your feelings on this story. Well, elsewhere tonight, it seems that another former mayor of Jonya is making headlines as Kenjo Atta was rushed to the hospital. Police and medics were on scene this morning as, according to GPD spokesman Sergeant Paul Tapao, prelim reports indicate that the Southern Precinct Command received a complaint around 9 o'clock this morning of a person in need of service at the Ilig Bridge in the Central Village. When officers did arrive, they met a man who appeared to be emotionally distraught and uncooperative. Sergeant Tapao says for safety purposes, he was restrained and transported to GMH in Tamuning. He was later referred to the Guam Behavior and Wellness Center for treatment and care. And also tonight, exactly a year after officially filing for bankruptcy, today the Archbishop of Agana filed a proposed Chapter 11 plan for reorganization. The strategy is the latest step in the process, which over the past year has consisted of setting a deadline for sexual abuse claims to be filed, efforts to sell non-essential properties to fund the reorganization, and compensation to abuse survivors, mediation, and settlement. The Archbishop's proposed plan will still need to be approved by all claimants and then by the bankruptcy court. At the time the church filed for bankruptcy, it had almost $30 million in assets and more than $45.5 million in liabilities, inclusive of the clergy sex abuse lawsuits. Well, coming up when prime time continues, a former resident up north files suit against the Guam Regional Medical City, alleging she suffered injuries as a result of negligent surgery. That story and more coming up when we return.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
We're excited to introduce Cars Plus 2.0 as we celebrate our 20th anniversary. Every moment has led us to push the standards of the automotive experience, from our state-of-the-art facility to world-class products. And now, we're proud to launch Guam's first and only lifetime warranty. Head on down to Cars Plus and ask about our lifetime warranty. We're driven by you and driven to be better.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, I'm Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. Over the next few months, 2020 Census personnel will be coming to your villages. They will be visiting your homes, collecting information crucial to growing our economy and improving our healthcare, education, public safety, and so much more. Please join me in participating in the 2020 Census of Guam, because together we can shape our future for a brighter tomorrow.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back on Half a Day once again to those of you joining us on Facebook. A former resident of Saipan has filed suit against the Guam Regional Medical City Hospital, alleging she suffered injuries as a result of negligent surgery. She also challenges the constitutionality of the island's mandatory medical malpractice arbitration law. Court documents state that plaintiff Wendy Nicholas, who now lives in the state of Oregon, alleges that in January of last year, GRMC physician Ruben Rafilis performed surgery on her left shoulder with which to relieve chronic dislocation. Post-surgery, she continued to feel shoulder pain and was then referred to a specialist in Korea. The complaint quotes the Korean physician's opinion that her injury was due to a, quote, loose anchor in her shoulder following surgery locally. The suit alleges negligence on the part of Dr. Arafilis. The complaint also argues the plaintiff will suffer substantial and irreparable harm if required to pursue mandatory arbitration, which it argues is an excessive financial burden. The suit seeks to declare Guam's arbitration law unconstitutional and a violation of the due process and equal protection clauses. The plaintiff seeks that she not be required to undergo arbitration before filing a claim in which she intends to seek compensatory, economic, and non-economic damages. Elsewhere on island, an off-duty police officer who was drunk when he crashed his unmarked official unit into another vehicle was convicted of DWI. The Attorney General is lauding the conviction of police officer Dennis Santos, who received triple the jail time, or 6 days, for being a first-time offender. Santos' blood alcohol level at the time was twice the legal limit during the 2018 4th of July crash. He was injured in the accident and had to be rushed to the hospital. 4 victims in the other vehicle were also hurt, and they were treated at the scene. Under the terms of the plea agreement, Santos must pay the victim $12,000 in property damage and a $1,000 court fee. His driver's license was suspended for half a year, and he also must serve 150 hours of community service. In other news, after taking a plea deal, Brandon Acosta continues to wait for any restitution outcomes. In the courtroom of Judge Anita Socola, prosecutors say they continue to reach out to the victims, but have yet to make contact. The judge granted their request for continuation and also set Acosta's next court appearance for April. He's pleaded guilty to 2 counts of burglary as a felony and possession of drugs as a 3rd-degree felony. In other island news headlines this evening, the National Slavery and Human Trafficking and National Stalking Prevention and Awareness Wave opened the month-long recognition to prevent human trafficking on Guam as well as worldwide. Here's more.
When you're out there waving, it just gets a lot of attention, a lot of honking, and people say, oh yeah, that's right, that's what this month is, so that's good to get it started.
Bringing awareness that January is National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month, and also National Stalking Awareness Month. Over 30 participants joined in the annual wave that opens this recognition. The Guam Coalition Against Sexual Assault and Family Violence, along with various local partners and community participants, brought their banners and messages to Marine Corps Drive across from the Chamorro village in Hagåtña. President-elect for the Seraptimus International Guam, Reina Borja, tells KUAM this is a global epidemic. As in 2019, nearly 24.9 million human trafficking cases included sexual exploitation, and 4 million cases involved labor exploitation worldwide.
It's everywhere. On Guam, there is, and we just don't seem to see it because we're such a closed community that what we see, that it is human trafficking, but we kind of turn a blind eye because it's maybe family. But internationally, it's all over, and that's why we're really big on doing this. And it's just one of those things that people need to understand and know. So that's one of these collaborations, is to try to educate the public.
In addition to the wave, a prevention and awareness fair will be held this Saturday, January 18th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Micronesia Mall Center Court. The fair will include the proclamation signing and resolution presentation by the governor and members of the 35th Guam Legislature, and a free concert performance. According to Guam Coalition Project Director Patricia Hughes, the fair showcases the programs on island to further prevent any rise in numbers, as Hughes informs that with all the increase of activity on Guam, the human trafficking numbers in construction areas are also increasing.
Especially now with the influx of our military buildup and all the construction, that they are seeing numbers rise as far as human trafficking, and it comes in many forms.
People need to know what human trafficking, so that young women and boys could understand what it is and know when to go and call for help, which is where they come in. They can go to the websites and get information.
For more information, visit guamcoalition.org or pacificregionresources.org. Don't forget to wear blue and make your way to the Prevention and Awareness Fair this weekend. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Adriana Cotero.
Adriana, thanks so much for that report. Elsewhere tonight, our island community will join millions across the globe on Saturday in a march for women's rights and justice. All are welcome to join island empowering organizations for the Guam Women's March on the 18th, beginning at 3:30 in the afternoon with a healing circle at Paseo in Hagåtña. Keynote speakers will highlight Guam's rights in Micronesia. Participants are encouraged to wear red and will march from Paseo to the Women of the Island statue at Alupang, where there will be a tribute to victims of violence. The march will close with meditation, a viral global protest song, and dance. This week's KUAM Care Force, the Greater Good with Adriana Cotero podcast, features the Micronesia Climate Change Alliance organization who leads the event. You can check it out on Spotify. Well, 17 different nonprofit groups will split some $640,000 in funding from the Tourist Attraction Fund. GVB handed out the first of the checks in a media event in Tumon. The governor and GVB President Pilar Laguatnia spoke on the value of the groups that promote the merits of Guam's local culture.
I know that it's to encourage our cultural awareness. It's to encourage our nonprofit organizations to educate and make our people more aware. And of course, it's to strengthen and also give more value to our tourists when they do come to visit.
It's through your nonprofit organizations, and as the Lieutenant Governor said, the group is so diverse, the 17 groups, that we all complement the essence of Guam.
Recipients include the Amatatotano Farms, Humanities Guahan, and Historic Inilahan Foundation. The funding comes out of GVB's 2020 budget. Please stay tuned. Sports is coming up.
Agent Alpha. What's that? An Alpha Insurance customer needs a claim settled immediately? I'm on it. Agent Alpha.
In the event of an accident, theft, or breakdown, each of our Alpha Insure agents are trained to go above and beyond.
This is my stop. There she is. Target acquired.
Agent Alpha.
Yes!
Oh, yeah. Nailed it. That's what I'm talking about.
You okay, Glenn?
Dude, I'm just so pumped we got all this McDonald's at such a great price.
Yup, it's back. 2 for $6, mix and match. Big Mac, Quarter Pounder, Chicken McNuggets, or Filet of Fish for a limited time.
Shell's Million Miles giveaway is back, and we're giving 100,000 United Mileage Plus miles to 10 lucky winners. You can jet off to Japan, break away to LA, or even sightsee in Paris. So, how do you make a getaway? Just use your Lucky 7 card when you fuel up with 7 gallons or more, and you're automatically entered to win. Fuel up at your nearest Shell station today and start planning your new adventure. No purchase necessary. Some conditions apply. See store for details.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On the way, news on the Bud Light Golden Hoops Classic, tipping off next week at the Tumuning Gym. But first off, some youth baseball from the Paseo Stadium. Check it out. Guam's 15 and under national baseball team is off to a great start in this year's Oceania qualifier held at the Paseo Stadium. Visiting teams from the CNMI and New Zealand are playing for a chance to advance in the World Baseball Softball Confederation Tournament. Guam defeated New Zealand in their opener via the 10-run rule, 14-4. Nolan Babauta was the winning pitcher with 3 strikeouts. John Solis had the hot stick for Guam, going 2 for 4 at the plate with a double, triple, 3 runs, and 3 RBIs. Franklin Annette finished 2 for 5 with 2 runs and an RBI. Nolan Cruz was 3 for 4 at the plate with 2 runs, an RBI, and a double. The home team improved to 2-0 in the tournament after picking up the 9-5 victory over the CNMI. Terrell Santos got the start on the mound and recorded 6 strikeouts in his outing and earning the win. Franklin Annette went 2 for 3 with a double, run, and 3 RBIs. Relief pitcher Nolan Babauta recorded a strikeout. Zach Munoz was 1 for 3 with an RBI. Guam faced New Zealand again yesterday afternoon and trailed 1-0 in the top of the second. Down 2-0 heading into the 4th inning, our boys managed to get on the scoreboard after John Solis made his way home off a sac fly from Nolan Cruz. Team Guam would later add another run in the top of the 5th. The game was called after 5 innings because of the lack of lighting. Guam and New Zealand will resume play in the top of the 6th, with the game tied at 2 and Guam at the plate. 22 teams will be lacing up for the upcoming Bud Light Golden Hoops Classic Spring 2020 tournament at the Tumuning Gym. Teams will be hitting the court in the men's and co-ed recreation divisions. Tip-off is scheduled for January 22nd with round-robin games followed by double elimination playoffs. Village and organized club teams will be represented, and will each receive adult beverages and jerseys for participating. Fans can expect action-packed games by the hour on game days. It's an exciting time for players to get back on the court after the holiday break, stated tournament coordinator Elsa Ujoa. She adds that the co-ed recreation is a favorite amongst basketball fans who feel the stands excited to watch friends and family compete on the court. Ujoa says Sunday games will be streaming live online via Instagram, which will also include post-game interviews with players and coaches. All games are held at the Tamuning Gym. For game schedules, official results, stats, and photo gallery, visit guambasketball.com or follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under guambasketball.com to receive up-to-date news.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
The phone you want now on the best network and a plan that gives you endless data on chat, social, and music apps. Tell your Docomo Pacific rep you want now with access. Docomo Pacific, better together. Some conditions apply.
Shop Guam Eve Festival is back with amazing deals. Download the free Shop Guam mobile app on your app store and present the discount code to your favorite Shop Guam vendors. Get access to hundreds of offers, including shopping, dining, and entertainment. Enjoy great deals now until February 10th.
Birthday shoutouts in just a moment, but first, here's regional headlines.
Hafa-Day Guam. Here are the headlines for CNMI. According to the Department of Public Safety, on Sunday, January 12th, around 5:50 p.m., a call was made to 911 reporting an attempted kidnapping at a house located in Dandan.
In that first meetup at the residence, the female juvenile stated that she noticed a silver-colored sedan, no make, no model, and no license plate was described or given. She stated that when she went outside her home to wash her hands in one of the outside spigots or the faucets, she noticed a silver-colored sedan pulled into their property and was trying to call her attention.
The juvenile stated it was a male voice coming from the silver sedan that stated, quote, "Come over here because I have something for your mother."
The female juvenile looked at the sedan, and I guess as soon as the male driver or the male suspect was attempting to get out of the vehicle, she quickly ran into the home and told her older cousin, who then called the attention of her mother, and then the mother actually called 911.
The juvenile was unable to give a description of the male, but did state that the car was silver in color and was a sedan. This is the second attempted kidnapping in Dandan within 2 days. On Friday, January 10th, DPS was called to Dandan for a separate attempted kidnapping at a student bus stop. That time, the description given to authorities was a gray sedan with scratches on the side and a male with dark hair that spoke clear English.
It did occur in the same village. What officers are doing right now is we're beefing up patrolling around the villages, and all units that are on patrol are actively looking for any silver or gray colored sedans, and also we're still looking for that vehicle with the scratches on its side.
Authorities are not clear if the two cases are related, but are asking parents to speak with their children on the dangers of strangers.
We're asking parents within the CNMI and of course, and stateside to be aware of, situations like this, to speak with their children and to, notify them of the dangers of stranger danger, and of course, to, teach them about the dangers of unfamiliar faces, asking unusual questions around unfamiliar adults and without a chaperone around.
Pangilinan does ask if you or someone you know is involved in a similar incident to call 911. For more news, visit SaipanTV.com. For KSPN2 News, I'm Ashley McDowell.
All right, let's do what you were waiting for all show, tonight's birthday shoutouts from Cold Stone Creamery. All right, everybody, here we go on this Thursday. Happy birthday to Brandon Toves, who celebrates birthday number 6. Love Auntie Shelly and Uncle Richard. Also, happy birthday number 40 to the beautiful Christine, sending lots of love from Mom, Mage, your husband, children, sisters, favorite Guam aunties, and your familia in Guam and Texas. Also, happy 1 year birthday to Connor Brian Santos Mafnas. We're wishing you birthday blessings and we love you, says your family. Happy birthday to our little one, Myron J. Hernandez. Say very, very proud family members. And happy birthday, lucky number 7, to Nevea Rianne Unkanko Bato. To our beautiful daughter, we love you. Say mommy and daddy. If you can point and click, or if you're on a mobile device, if you can point and tap, it's easy to join the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Just go to KUAM.com, hit birthday. That's all you got to do. All right, stay tuned. In the Mix is up next.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Green Energy Solutions, Inc. Visit GESIGuam.com or call 647-8111 for more details on how we can help your business.